Perhaps Eddie picked it up somewhere in the Second World War. Shelves of useless junk.
If you're just gonna bitch, then get lost.
Looks like a slide projector from here.
Correct.
A proud representative of the last decent generation. Everything after him was the beginning of the end. The junk shop owner. He appears to be blind. Maybe he's just putting it on. That would fit with the cliché.
Tell me, why haven't you served in the military? Over there in Iraq, they could use whoever they can get.
In Iraq, the war finished 2 years ago.
Well, you don't say. Read my lips. President Bush is gonna bring that Saddam to justice.
Sure. You know that Bush is no longer the president, right?
Well, he'll still bring him to justice. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Sure. Do you know Fuller?
That idiot next door? Sure I do. You can never choose your neighbors, can you?
You don't seem to like him.
That guy hasn't done one damn decent thing in his life. Lazy bastard just sits around in his store, has his mommy wipe his ass for him, and lets the place fall apart down around his ears. Heed my words. He represents everything that's wrong with this country.
You got that right. From World War II, everything's just been downhill, yeah? Pity we haven't got any decent wars still going on. They've even ditched the draft.
Go ahead. You just make fun of it all, boy. A good licking or a couple of tours in Vietnam, that wouldn't be such a...
What do you mean, such a?
Nothing. The guy's a pig. There's something not right about him. He's hiding something, I'm telling you.
And who are you? Is this your shop?
No! I just busted in here and you've surprised me, just as I was about to clear the place out.
Oh, how amusing. How long you been waiting to roll that one out?
Your generation lacks respect for its elders. I fought for you to live here. I spilt my blood for you.
And I'll pay your pension. So we're quits, Mr...
Edward D. Warren. Ed for short. Or Eddie to my friends.
Hello, Eddie. I'm Darren. Nice shop you got here.
In my time, it wasn't customary to speak to older folks using their first name.
But we're living in my time now, aren't we, Ed?
I think you should find whatever it is you're after, and then scram.
Just like I thought. Play the good citizen, but still chase after every dollar. Like the devil chases souls.
Come on, what then?
So, what's life like here in Biddeford?
Well, you're not from around here?
No. I go to college in Boston.
Oh, so you're an intellectual then? Some sort of desk guy, an egghead who just talks clever all day?
No, I'm...
Then you're the artistic type. Some depressive junkie? You're fixing your problems with a self-help group, right?
No, I'm studying physics.
Well, we sure need that stuff. So what brings you here?
I'm visiting my mother over the semester vacation. She's been living here a few months now. Rebecca Michaels?
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Oh, man. You know my mother by any chance?
Nope. I don't get out much. What's you doing here, fresh sea air and all that?
You could say that, yeah. A quiet place to retire. A pair of wire cutters. Pretty heavy duty. Not the latest model, but I'd say they'll do the job. It goes to a side street with Fuller's photo store, which then continues to the hub. What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist's cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California and think they should be driving around in convertibles, Mustangs. Most of the year, an open-top car is a bad idea around here. With that kind of weather, Biddeford should make the raincoat a national uniform. Jebediah Biddeford or something like that, I guess. Honestly, I've got no idea who that is. The city's founder, a mayor, a benefactor, what do I know? That's the entrance to the police station. I never feel too good in the face of the state authorities. I find a lot of the buildings here in the center really big and swanky for such a small town. Especially the town hall. The city must have had money in the past. Perhaps on the back of successful whale hunting. Or maybe they did what we did in Boston in the 19th century. Made money out of selling ice. New England ice was shipped all over the world before we had refrigerators. Mom bought a little house with her savings. A refuge in her old age. She's earned it. I hope she's going to be able to enjoy it. That's the hospital. I was trying to keep myself out of there, and up until now, I was doing okay. A coin-op telephone. It says out of order. No time. I want to get back to the photo store as quickly as possible. If I hurry, I might still catch Angelina. Life belt. Years ago, there were pirates around here who used to lure ships under the rocks. They used to light false beacons, and once the ships had run aground on the rocks, they'd row out and rescue the cargo. Pretty senseless driving around Maine in a convertible. But I reckon that's not what it's really about. It was expensive, and that's what counts. Pretty senseless driving around Maine in a convertible. But I reckon that's not what it's really about. It was expensive, and that's what counts. There are stickers on the door for every credit card you could imagine. Like no one's allowed to go home with their hard-earned cash still in their pockets. Looks like you can only buy tourist rip-off stuff in here. But the mail for the whole neighborhood gets dropped here too. The windows look like they're polished twice a day. Apart from that, nothing much else to notice. A young woman. She looks sad. A young woman. She looks sad. Everything okay?
No, it's not actually. Carrie died here 2 years ago. She was my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did it happen?
You're not from around here.
No, I'm from Boston. I'm spending the semester break at my mother's.
Yes. Well, Carrie committed suicide. No one knows why. Everyone loved her. She was intelligent and always happy. I think there's still a picture of her in old Fuller's display window. A young woman with dark hair and green eyes.
Yes, I know that picture. A really pretty woman.
She had so many plans. After studying, she wanted to open a kindergarten here in Biddeford with her husband Jason. I just don't understand it. From one day to the next, she changed completely. Became really reclusive. She was depressed, melancholic all the time. No one could reach her anymore. Not even Jason. Even though they loved each other more than anything. Then one day, she just threw herself into the sea.
And no one knows why?
No one. Jason has never gotten over it. He couldn't help her. A few months later, he married that brainless bimbo with a convertible. He probably just felt so lonely. It's definitely got nothing to do with love.
He must have been really lonely.
Excuse me. I'd rather be alone right now.
Of course. I'm sorry.
And then I said to him, Jason, I need a new car, urgently.
Oh yeah, and then?
What can I say? It's parked right outside.
You can't be serious.
Sure, I'm being serious. A convertible. Totally cute.
Girl, you're just gonna have to show me later.
Oh yes, there's no way I'm not going to do that.
A stand displaying a million travel guides. New England,
And
Quebec,
in this
England
weather.
and Wales,
You
Holland,
lying.
the national
And what did
parks
he
of the
do?
USA,
Well, he just left
Tuscany,
her sitting there.
Hong Kong,
Ha.
etc.
Well, she didn't deserve anything better.
A stand
that's not
displaying a million.
You joking. There's more?
Yeah, now get
An old ship's
this.
wheel. It's supposed to endow a certain maritime charm, I guess. I reckon
Fork
that the
truck
local
Pete just
tourist
can't
board is missing
afford
something
that
of a
kind
hook
of thing.
for this place.
Hey, it's
I
me,
mean,
okay? And I'm
what
telling
is there
you.
here that's
She saw
it's
him
special?
herself.
But surely
There must be
it doesn't
dozens
look
of
as
places like
cute
this one
as
along
my
the
new
coast.
convertible.
Well, hardly.
Talking of
armchair.
which, weren't we going to go for
Doesn't
a little
look too
ride?
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But
I'm
who'd
about
want
to
sit
have my
down in
lunch
this
break.
shop with the charming Rosie?
Yeah.
I am definitely not gonna sit in that.
And what did your Jason say to that?
He doesn't know
Coffee
a thing
mugs,
about it
little
yet.
lighthouses, badges,
you go, girl.
mini life belts
Now
with
don't you go
Biddeford
telling
stamped on
anyone,
them.
okay?
Plastic
Girl,
house
of
numbers,
course I won't.
porcelain
What are you thinking of?
lobsters,
You're
plastic
a darling
lobsters,
Rosie.
wooden lobsters,
What was that story again with your
metal
new car?
lobsters. What more could the tourist heart yearn for? I think I'd rather my hand
Where
fell
is it
off
then?
before I
It's
took any of
parked
those
right
with
outside
me.
the shop.
Ooh, then we can go for a ride on my lunch break.
But isn't that still a way off?
So what is going on with Fork Truck
Huh.
Pete and that sister,
Every possible
what's her
kind
face?
of form.
Not the
Garbage
sister.
and large
That's
object
Matt's
collection,
cousin, that's who.
telephone
I
rerouting.
thought she was...
Here's a form from the Make Our Town Prettier committee. My mom's on the board of that one. It seems you should
then
send
I
in
said to him,
suggestions for improvements
Jason,
around
I
the
need
town.
a new car, urgently.
I'm not interested in these
Oh,
forms
yeah.
for
And then?
residents.
What
I've
can
got
I
a few
say?
things going
It's
on
parked
which,
right
like
outside.
this town, could be a
You
little
can't
more
be
interesting.
serious.
Sure,
I
I'm
don't
being
hold
serious.
out much hope for
a
success for them.
convertible. Totally cute.
Girl, you're just gonna have
Handbills
to
for
show me
local
later.
events.
Oh, yes.
Brand New
There's
Year
no
Bazaar.
way I'm not
Hits a
going to do
go-go,
that.
dance till you drop. Oh, man. The other stuff's small ads. This is where the
And
locals sell
in
the
this
junk they no
weather.
longer need.
You lying. And what
Lawnmowers,
did he
baby
do?
cribs, record
Well,
players.
he just left her sitting
I'll
there.
pass.
Ha! Well, she didn't deserve anything better.
But that's not all.
Maybe
You
a
joking.
realtor.
There's more?
Or she's
Yeah,
a homemaker,
now get
first and
this.
foremost. That's Miss Rosie, the store lady. She might not be the
Fork
world's
Truck
greatest
Pete
employee.
just can't afford
And
that
I
kind of
presume
thing.
nobody's ever quite
Hey,
dared
it's
to tell
me,
her
okay?
that fact.
And I'm telling you, she saw him herself.
But surely
Now,
it doesn't
perhaps
look
Mrs.
as
Superficial
cute
is
as my
familiar
new
with angles.
convertible.
Or maybe
Well,
she's a
hardly.
Nirvana fan.
Talking of which,
Really, what
weren't
the
we
hell
going to
can I
go
talk
for a
to her
little
about?
ride?
Yeah, I'm about to have my lunch break.
Ah, yeah.
Excuse me?
Have you got something wrong with your ears?
No, I just wanted a package.
Something wrong with your eyes then?
Huh?
Listen, I'm talking here. Can't you see that?
Yeah, I can see as clear as day, unfortunately. But I have to collect a package for Fuller at the photo store.
There'll be no line jumping in this store. You're online, okay? Now wait until I'm ready.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always. I'm always having a fight with them.
Bad parents, that's what it is.
So tell me, what's happening with your new car again?
A convertible. So cute.
That's
In
Miss Rosie.
Beautiful red and all the best upholstery and everything.
Hello? Might I get served here?
Of course. Just as soon as I'm through with this customer.
And that will be when? When she's lying on the floor with blood streaming out of her ears?
Well, really.
I'll serve the lady for as long as I see fit. We spell service with a capital S in this store.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ugh, the young kids today.
Always. I'm always having a fight with them.
Bad parents, that's what it is.
So tell me, what's happening with
Those
your
are
new car
banners and
again?
flags.
A convertible.
Some very stylish.
So cute.
Some completely
in
not.
Beautiful red.
I
and
reckon the
all
big
the
ones
best
must be for
upholstery
yachts.
and everything.
Oh, you earned it.
The Maine
Oh,
state
you.
flag always
We'll
looks
take a
more like
little
a
spin
beer
later.
company logo to me.
Where is it then?
It's
At least
parked
they've
right
got an elk
outside
and
the
a
shop.
tree in there.
Ooh,
That's
then we can go for a
nice.
ride on my lunch break.
But isn't that still a way off?
So what is going on with Fork Truck Pete and that sister, what's her face?
Not the same.
That car belongs to the world record talking lady from the shop. That could be useful. That car belongs to the world record talking lady from the shop.
Oh, my convertible!
Hello? Is it something like my turn now? Please, don't let me rush you.
What do you want?
I'm supposed to collect something for Fuller. From the photo studio?
Collection note? This is the one, right here. Have you still got another note? There's another package for Fuller here.
Afraid not. Can I take it anyway?
I might turn a blind eye for nice customers.
So you're not gonna give it to me then?
Hell no!
Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
There's a really pretty young lady I've seen walking around here. Do you know her?
You had a real good look at her, didn't you?
Do you know her?
Well, I wouldn't say no. She came in here and asked about a photo studio, so I sent her up to Fuller's. She interrupted a conversation I was having with a friend. Can you believe that?
Ha! No way.
I don't believe it. Hey, do you know Eddie from the junk shop?
Yeah, sure. I know pretty well everybody here.
So what's going on with him?
He's single. Was never married before either, as far as I know. But hey, who could put up with him for long anyway? Those never-ending war stories. Can you imagine that?
Is he really blind?
I never heard different, but I wouldn't put money on it either. He's a chiseler. Maybe he's got disability just so he can make himself a few bucks.
What brings someone like her, or maybe even you, here to Biddeford?
Someone like me. You mean a fat woman in a state full of fitness freaks. You're one charming kind of guy, aren't you?
No. I meant, why would someone as unfriendly as you work in a town tourist shop of all places?
Well, you ain't exactly a picture of politeness yourself.
But I don't work in a tourist shop either.
Okay, look. I grew up in New Jersey. My father didn't think the neighborhood was good for me or my brothers and sisters. So he got himself a job in a paper mill and dragged us all up here. Satisfied with that?
And you just weren't able to get yourself a job in construction or driving a truck?
Look, you shouldn't go trying to take on someone like me. You're punching way above your weight, son.
Huh, I can't deny that. Hey, Rosie, did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you can have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason, with someone like that dragging him down. Now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Yeah.
A well-sealed package. Not very heavy. I can hear a light tinkling, as though there were glass bottles or something inside. There's a few papers here, some sort of forms, and a pad of blank collection notes. I would imagine that the enchanting Rosie might possibly have some objection to my palming a blank collection note. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Is there maybe a package for me there, Darren Michaels?
Mm-hmm.
The lovely Rosie hasn't noticed, and I'm now the proud owner of a blank collection note.
Nope, nothing there.
A blank collection note for a package. If I fill it out, I could pick up a package from the tourist shop. Stickers showing approximately 1,000 varieties of credit cards you can use to pay here. And back there, the ocean. I've got full this package. I don't want to distract this broad for even a second. Viva's Diner. Best diner in town. Of course, it's the only diner in town. But to be fair, the food really isn't that bad. It's No Johnny Rockets, but it ain't far off. I haven't seen such an old bubblegum machine for years. Belongs to the diner. They do that whole nostalgia thing in there too. No thanks. Oh, not a particularly pleasant smell. It's a trash can from the diner. There'll be plenty of leftovers in there. Ugh. Burgers, fries, and drinks. What more could you need? The diner's run by Mr. and Mrs. Biva. It's not a bad joint. It's done up like a 1950s diner. Yeah, well, at least how we imagine the 50s were. Biva's Diner. The best and only diner in town.
Yeah, just down the street.
Thanks a lot.
Some people. A man in a white lab coat. In his 40s, I'd say. Could be a doctor. A man in a white lab coat. That way takes you outside. There's not much happening on the street. Just a sort of typical small town feel. A big, ugly plastic lobster. Not particularly appetizing. The moose is the emblem of Maine. But the lobster's a close second. They're supposed to represent something like portholes. In reality, they're glazed display cabinets. The rear panels of the display cabinets are painted blue. They both have underwater scenes with plastic fishes and lobsters on them. Kitschy. And that's about it. What would a 50s bar be without a jukebox? The world's just wonderful, and aren't we all so very happy type music? Just isn't my thing. If there was maybe a Pearl Jam track on it, then I'd give it a play. But Buddy Holly doesn't quite do it for me. I really don't know if this place makes any money. There's usually a few people whenever I come in, but is that enough? Surely you can't get by on just that. Well, everything's a bit bigger here in America. Ketchup, mustard, mayo, salt, pepper, syrup, sugar. And a bottle of vinegar. There's not much left. I don't think anyone will miss it. A bottle of vinegar from the diner. There's only 2 fingers of the stuff left in it, and it's sticky on the outside. The label's already half off it. I'll take some bread. Mrs. Biva won't mind. I'll press a little around here. Breadcrumbs, like in case I lose my way in the forest. I'm not gonna feel any better if I stuff my pockets full of bread. The specialty is, of course, lobster, like everywhere around here. I have to admit they are pretty tasty. There's everything you'd expect from a diner, from breakfast and lunch to coffee and cake, right up to dinner. The specialty is, of course, lobster. That's Mrs. Biva, I think. As far as I can understand it, she runs this place with a husband.